For our skeleton project, we are going to be inspired by the artist named Frida Kahlo. She is a Mexican painter known for her many self-portraits. She was inspired by nature and all sorts of different Mexican artifacts. She was inspired by popular culture and folk art, and her style explored questions of identity and all sorts of different race in Mexican society. She was also married to Diego Rivera. All right, we're going to get started. So what you need is a piece of paper and a pencil. We're first going to start out by drawing our border around the outside, and then we'll get to it later. So what I want you to do is take about 3 fingers and put a little line here. Another 3 fingers, we're going to put another line down here. This is going to help us to draw our straight line. If you have a ruler, you're welcome to use a ruler, and if not, we're just going to kind of do the best we can. So I do a straight line across there. Now I'm going to do about 3 fingers from the side, another line, 3 fingers from the side, another line, and 3 fingers. I like to say 3 lines help us make, 3 dots help us make a perfect line. So I'm going to come down here, and again, it's not perfectly straight, but if you have a ruler, you can use that. So about 3 from the top. I'm making 3 lines, my fingers 3 from the top, and I'm drawing it straight across, and then about 3 from the side, and then straight up and down. So this is the area we're going to draw our skeleton self-portrait. Now our skeleton self-portraits are going to be inspired by Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Here are some examples of ones that I've seen before, and we're going to try to get this skeleton shape head and then also draw some details on the outside. So one thing I'm going to put on the side here just so we can see is there's lots of different shapes of heads that we could draw. So I'm going to go ahead and look at one and think, maybe I want to draw this one. Now you want it about the size of your fist. So I'm going to put my fist here just so I can remember, and then I'm going to move it out of the way. That's how big you want to have it, okay? So I'm going to start with the top of my head. It's nice and rounded. And then I'm going to curve in and down and curve in and up and over. It's not perfect, but you get the idea of the shape. Now the next thing we're going to do is draw the bones for the neck. So you can make them square or rectangular or like more like oval. So I'm going to draw the neck bones. And then later we're actually going to make a shirt or something on this. So let's go ahead and draw kind of some shoulders. So I'm doing the shoulders here and off the page. And then I might bring it in. Think about how you would want to decorate it. So maybe just a little, you can make it a V-neck. You can add different details. This will come later when we color this in. So let's go ahead and go to the skeleton head. So I think it's easier if you start with the eyes, which are right about here. And I'm going to use circles for my eyes. That might have been a little close, but it looks good. So you want 2 circular eye shape. And then the next thing we're going to go into is the nose. And then we'll come back and add some details. So the nose I like to do, it's like an upside down heart. And there's different ones you can choose from, and also some different eye patterns we can look at too. And then for the mouth, there's a lot of different ways you can draw it. You can draw a line like this with some spikes. You can draw different teeth. And again, I'll refer back to the sheet. You can see what a lot of the different ones look like and think, maybe I want to try it like that. So for today, I think I'm going to choose one that's similar to this one here. So I'm going to kind of make a little bend like this. So it's like a smiley face. And then I'm going to go and do the teeth. And I start in the middle like this, a little off center. So this line's in the middle. And I just do an oval. And I'm going to go here and make an oval up and down. I'm going to do, let's see, 1 more and then stop. So it's like 1, 2, 3. So it's like if there was a middle line down the center here, there's going to be 3 on one side and then 3 on the other side. Try to make it symmetrical, which means it's the same. Whatever's on this side is about the same on the other side. Okay, so the next step is we're going to go ahead and add some details into the face and then some details into the background. And then we'll actually going to create some cut paper that we put on top. All right, so now let's go ahead and do some details in the face. So let's think about some of those Mexican designs that we were talking about. And we can see there's some here. Notice that they're bright, vivid colors and lots of different shapes. These are some borders too that can kind of help you think about what you might want to put on your mask. And again, here are some examples from before. So at this point in time, you can hit pause and go ahead and draw some designs. And don't forget about the eyes, inside, outside, all these different shapes, and maybe some different fun things you want to put on the mask. Here's some more down there. All right, so go ahead and hit pause and add some different things to your face. All right, so now I'm going to come back, and if you want to watch me first, that's fine. And you can also rewind and go back to that step. So I might try some of these different designs in my eyes. So I might make one of my eye have like a spiral in it, and then the other one might have just kind of like this flower type shape around the outside, or it's just a bumping design back and forth. And maybe I'll put some different things in here, maybe a heart in the middle. Maybe I want to add some different stuff around the eyes. So maybe I'm going to do some different shapes that go around my eye. And then maybe I want to add some eyebrows. Or if I don't want to do eyebrows, I can just add different things. So maybe I want to add eyebrows today. I don't know if skeletons have them or not, but I enjoy doing that. And then maybe I'll add some cool designs just coming around the side of the face. And the more you add, the more detail, the more unique your skeleton looks. So I'm going to add a bunch of different designs. And whatever I do on this side, I'm trying to copy and do on the other side as well. So let me think. Maybe I want to add... And when in doubt, if you can't think of something, you can always just draw little dots. And even add dots around the outside. It makes it look very detailed when you add even the littlest things. So notice I only added like 1, 2, 3, but then I added all these dots around the outside, and it's really starting to make it unique. Can even just add some different lines. And then think about if there's anything else, any other like last little details. Maybe I'll do another one like this. It almost makes it look like I have a mustache, but that's okay. I kind of like it. My hair is going to make it look like I don't have a mustache. All right, so now I think I'm okay and I'm done with my designs. So the next step is we're going to go ahead and do the design of our outside border. Now, for the outside border, think about some different Mexican style designs. And a lot of times these are just different lines, repeated patterns. They use different triangles, simple shapes, arrows, and just all these different little dots. So think about maybe what kind of pattern you might do. It can be something simple or more advanced. So I'm going to work here on this side, and you can go ahead and look here. And at any point in time, if I'm going too quick, you can always pause. And think about having some of it similar and some of it different. But just remember, we're doing a repeated pattern, so try to keep the same thing and repeat it a few times. So I'm doing a combination of line and triangles on this side. And maybe I'm going to add some circles for there. So I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, and now I'm going to I actually want to do something different for the top. And I really like this arrow design. And you don't have to draw it like it is next to me. You can do your own little thing if you want. I think I'm just going to put some dashed lines on the bottom to repeat a pattern as well. And I'll just continue that arrow again. And then here I'm going to do the arrow down here, but in the opposite direction. So I want my arrow to turn this way. Just repeat this other pattern along the bottom. Okay, and then I got to figure out what I want to do in the corners. I think I want to do a flower design. Maybe with some triangles added. I'm going to put that design in all 4 corners. Now I'm really having all these really beautiful patterns, and I'm inspired by the Mexican artists, and I'm almost ready to color. So if you need more time, you can always hit pause to finish the border. Don't feel like you need to be rushed just because I'm finished. So go ahead and take your time. At this point, if you need to, hit pause and finish drawing your border. Okay, once you're done drawing your border, our next step is we're going to go ahead and outline this. We're going to actually color the inside with colored pencils and the outside with markers to make it pop. Our border is going to pop and our inside is going to stay nice and lighter tones with colored pencils. Okay, so before we get started though, we're going to actually use our marker and go around the outside of our skeleton. And I'm going to go around the bones. I'm just going around right now. I'm not going on the inside yet. Okay, we're going to actually color this whole inside part black, but I don't want to do it right now because then I'll get my hand all messy. Now on this point on the inside, it's up to you. I think we're going to do the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. And then all those beautiful details we are just going to do in color pencil. Now let's go ahead to the outside border, and we're going to go ahead and do these corners. And then you can decide if you want to do some lines in black or just leave them. I'm going to just do a few of my lines in black, and in the triangle, I'm not going to outline my triangle. I'm going to leave it just so I can make it a solid color. But I just wanted to do a few lines in black here. And then I'm actually going to do my arrow because I want my arrow to really pop out. But I'm not outlining everything in black. It's up to you. If you want to outline everything, you can go ahead and outline everything, or you can just do a few things, and that will make just those objects that you chose emphasized and popped out. So I'm just taking a few of these things. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead now and put this on its side and go ahead and color this background in nice and solid black. So notice I'm putting it on its side, not like this, because if you go like that, it gets really messy and doesn't color in really well. And if you ever notice your marker's dying, you can always put the cap so no more oxygen gets to it, hold it upside down, and count for like 10 or 15 seconds, and then go ahead and get started again. It helps refresh the color. So I'm going to be careful when I color around here. So at this point in time, you can hit pause. And when I come back, this will all be colored in. So hit pause and go ahead and color all these parts in right here black. For the next part of the project, we're going to go ahead and start coloring in all our other designs. So what I like to do is I like to go around the outline with markers and then color in with color pencils. You can decide if you want, like on the border, you can color some of them in solid. So maybe I'll do some of them with outlines. And I'm going to try to do the opposite, like so, opposite pattern. So on this side will be green, and this one will be green on this side like this. And some of them I might actually color in, and some of them I might leave, but I think these I'm going to color in because I want some of my border to be bright. And again, you're the artist, you can make the decisions. So I'm going to start by just coloring in my border. And I'm doing it in a pattern, so I'm using similar colors. I'm not going to use every color. I'm going to try to rotate what colors I use. So right now on these sides, I'm just using green and orange. And then I'm going to color in this with green. Now for the background, I don't want too much marker, so I'm going to do the background in color pencil. But I am going to take a different color for those little circles in there. I think I'm going to take purple for these. Okay, and then I might color these in with colored pencils. I'm going to do this orange. And I'm going to continue a pattern like this with colors all around. So at this point in time, we're just doing the border. Go ahead and color in your whole entire border. So you can hit pause, and then I'm going to hit pause as well. When I come back, this side is going to be fully colored. I think I'm going to use a light yellow background. So this side will be fully colored. And all just the borders, not the face yet. We're just doing the borders first, and then we can adjust and see what we would like to do for the face. So go ahead and hit pause and color in all around your border. Now that I'm finished with the border, notice I did some with outlining with marker and coloring in, and then some of this is with color pencil. So I wanted to do a variety of value. So some of it stands out and some of it's lighter, or some of it's a tint of a color in the background. So the next step we're going to do is go in and fill in the face. And I like to use a lot of bright colors. So you're welcome to color this whole entire thing in with markers, or use a combination of markers and color pencils. We are going to leave the background mostly white, so don't try to fill that in, and just go around and start deciding, what colors do I want to use and what do I want to really stand out on my picture. And at this point in time, you can go ahead and color in the face. Remember, don't color in the background. So I'm going to leave this on just for a minute so you can see some of the different colors that I'm using. And then maybe you can decide what you would like to use for yours. So for my color choices, I was actually inspired by all the bright, vivid colors that we saw in the Mexican designs. And you notice with a lot of them, they use a lot of bright, vibrant colors. So I'm just kind of trying to keep it to, I was using mainly like these colors here and adding some of this, but this was kind of my color tones here that I was trying to use. So I'm not using every color in the rainbow, but if you want to make one very bright and vivid and beautiful and all sorts of colors, that's fine. Maybe you can stick to just a few colors here, and then the inside use all the rainbow colors to make them bright and vivid. Don't forget to do your t-shirt. If you want to add anything, go ahead and do that. So at this point in time, you can hit pause and then go ahead and color all this in. And when I come back, mine will be fully finished. And remember, do not color the skin, well, the skull actually. We want to keep it white so it still looks like a skeleton. You want to keep these 3 bones white too so it looks like a skeleton. So go ahead and color in. When you come back, mine will be fully finished. You can hit pause. I'm finished with my design. Now, if you have some extra time, I recommend you can either rip out a sheet of paper from here or just take an extra sheet of paper and add some fun accessories and features. So what you can do is you can always take a piece of paper, put it on top of the head. Let's say I want to add a hat, like a little hat on the side, or hair. If I was going to add hair, I'd put it here so I could still kind of see. If you put it down, you can still see the skeleton through it. And I'm drawing the shape of the skeleton head so I know where it is. And if I wanted to, I could draw some hair like this. If I want to draw a flower or a bun and then color that in, or I could also just go around here and make a hat if I wanted to, or hair up here if you wanted hair like on spiky hair or just plain hair like that. Or you can add a little part and just have it simple like that. Or if you want to add a ponytail, you can add a ponytail, but this could be just a basic hair, or you can add more to it. You can also just like make a little hat if you'd like. And I just kind of maybe I'd do a cool little design on it and color it in and then cut it out and put it on its head. So you can add different things. I also made some pre-made ones like this, and you can glue them down where I colored them in and outlined them. And here's like a little spider web that I did on my paper. And I could put this here. I guess I should have probably done it a little bit different on a different side. You can also do like a little skeleton peace sign if you want to add some an arm coming out from the side. You can just draw like two little bones like this and the wrist, and then this would be like the thumb coming in. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's like it's giving, oops, and you can't see it. It's like it's giving a little peace sign, and I could cut that out and maybe put that coming in on the side of the page. So it's up to you if you want to add accessories, and if you think that you're done and finished, then you can go ahead and just stop. And hope you guys liked it today. And if you do, please come back and watch some more of these fun videos. All right. Till next time. Thanks. Bye.